which is 9 minutes and 32 seconds. That's amazing. Today, I'm going to share with you how I have increased viewer duration. You may find different things work for you, but I'm just going to share what I have learned. Okay, so here is a lifetime map of my channel. And I also want to say I'm only doing long form. Shorts are a whole nother thing when it comes to retention and average view duration. We are only going to focus on my long form videos. On average, on a month, over the course of this whole time period, I'd say on average, I've done 6 to 7 videos per month. My lowest is 4, and I think my highest is 9. So like I said, right here, it is lifetime. I'm filming this on November 15th, but it only shows to November 14th. Average percentage viewed is 19.3%, and my average view duration is 1 minute and 23 seconds. Both numbers matter because the percentage tells you relative to the length of the video. You know, if it's a 5-minute video and somebody watches 1 minute, that's great. You got an average view duration of 1 minute. But on another video, it might be a 20-minute video. And if they watched, again, average view duration of 1 minute, that's great. But they watched a much smaller percentage of your video. So I think it's important to pay attention to both numbers and understand the difference. So a quick look at the graph overall. We have a couple like spikes here when my channel is younger, but notice they're very skinny spikes. Versus down here, it's getting a little chunkier in the bottom. Do you see the difference there? That is a good thing. And that's by average percent viewed. Let's try switching it to the other one, average view duration. Again, a little shorter here because over here on this side, we got the minutes. This line here is 3 minutes and 20 seconds, this first line right here. If you look across, we're doing better. Down here underneath, it's a little chunkier, just this white space. Now, I would like to note a time period. So between April and August, June happened right here. Something changed. I started putting out a different kind of content. All right, let's check the graph the other way. June is about right here. It gets chunkier. It gets thicker underneath the graph. What happened in June is I started producing more difficult content for me. It was longer videos and it was more interesting to watch, to be completely honest. So this is my mommy channel, my first channel, and I would do a talking head video where I was sitting in one place the whole time and it would be about potty training. I'd throw in a little bit of B-roll, very minor like fade in, fade out transitions, but for the most part, the video was pretty like stagnant. And obviously I still feel like I had a lot of good information to share, but it wasn't real clippy and exciting. Then in June, I finally figured out how to / got the energy, effort, courage, time to start filming baby registry reviews. Now, these baby registry reviews look similar to this content where it's recording my screen and then my head is in the corner. So during these baby registry reviews, I had an Amazon baby registry scrolling down the screen. I'm going through the items and I'm critiquing them, and they were more interesting. And the audience for my mommy channel overall is kind of broad. I talk breastfeeding, I talk newborns, I talk toddlers, but these baby registry reviews, I would say 90% of the time are focused at pregnant moms that are creating their baby registry. Now, there could be the occasional person who stumbles upon it and maybe they're buying a gift for somebody, but I don't think they would find it as interesting. With these videos, my average view duration was doing amazing. It was doing so much better. They typically were long videos, but I don't think that's why the time went up. Certain channels will talk about getting monetized and they will say, make longer videos and you get more watch time. That's not necessarily the case. If people are clicking off after a minute, making your video 5 minutes or 10 minutes, it doesn't make a difference. If anything, I think a longer video can intimidate people to not watch your content. So let's take a look real quick. I want to actually split this up and let's see these numbers. So let's go that original March 10th and let's go to beginning of June. So let's customize this March 10th and then June of 2024. So just a little over a year. I'm actually going to click May 31st. Okay, so this is before the baby registry reviews started. 13% viewed, 13.8% viewed, 50 seconds. Now, let's see if I can do this. I just did a side-by-side. So for the average percentage viewed, before June 1st, I was getting 13.8%. After June 1st, I was getting 25.3%. That's almost doubling. That is exciting. Let's see if I can switch it. Okay, my average view duration was going at about 50 seconds to 2 minutes and 17 seconds. That is so exciting and encouraging. Now, some other things that may have affected this. With time, maybe I've gotten better. Maybe my camera presence has improved. Maybe my editing has improved. There are other factors. However, I truly feel like changing a little bit of my content made a big difference. And along the way, like I said, learning, growing, and developing as well. Okay, now we're gonna dive into specific videos in my content, okay? Up in the corner, the date set is the lifetime of my channel. Now, first column here, we got the average view duration, what we've been talking about, and average percentage viewed, what we've been talking about. And then I went ahead and added watch time hours because I think that can be interesting, as well as views, just to see like my most viewed videos essentially. So first we're gonna click this little arrow here. So for my lifetime of my channel, I'm gonna scroll up. We're gonna lose the chart, but that's okay, we don't need it. Actually, hang on, I'd like to note one thing. My best viewed videos are all back here on the timeline. I have not had any explosive videos in, oh my gosh, almost a year. What am I doing? That is terrible to see like this. I've never pulled this chart up exactly like this. Okay, so real quick, editing Amanda wanted to come in here and just say, I messed up on what I was telling you. So I was talking about these peaks here and how like I've had a flat line from here to here. I kind of made a whoops. So I do have lifetime clicked. That part's correct. But if you look down here, it's only the first 5 videos like auto clicked or colored in. Go ahead and click these. We'll keep them. But then let me click another 5 or so. And now, okay, now we can see some of my more recent successful videos. This green one here is ditching the diaper bag. It did really well as far as getting up there, but some of these other ones, they haven't as far as views. I am looking at views right now. Like up here, we're sorted by views. So yeah, I haven't had very successful videos for just views in the last little while. So I need to definitely look into that. And okay, now back into the content. Okay, so again, we're gonna just start off by views. So this one here was a very early one, July of 23. Great views, good watch time because it got great views. However, not a lot of it got viewed. This next one, breastfeeding goals and overwhelm, great views for me. But again, not a lot of watch time for that many views. Average percent viewed, terrible. Average view duration, terrible. This next one is about the Haka. Decent views, okay on the watch hours, I guess. Terrible, terrible. Go and scroll up. The next one, this one has been my lifer. It just keeps going. It has done the best of all my videos as far as being consistent, and it always has a great like click-through rate. So I love that. Views 784, watch time hours 16 hours. So notice the difference here on the watch time for the views. This one does a lot better because it gets 41% viewed, which it's a short video. It's only a 3-minute video, so that's only 1 minute and 13 seconds. I think part of the reason it's done well is how short it is. People click on it and they're willing to commit. They're willing to give 3 minutes of their time to see what I have to say. And that's my argument against doing longer, maybe 14, 15-minute videos. For the most part, I don't think they serve me well because people don't get through them. I'm just not there yet on my quality and ability to hold your attention. So some of that's knowing where you're at. And I think I can increase viewer duration sometimes by having a shorter video. Okay, I just wanted to come on here real quick and say I got a little long-winded going through quite a few videos. I'm excited about it. I'm interested in it. And sometimes when you get on analytics, you find different screens that are interesting and exciting. So if you are over it and you're ready to move on to the next section, go ahead and jump ahead to this timestamp right now if you are ready to move on to other content. However, I do have a little tips, pointers, and things that I am sharing along the way. So if you're interested, just keep rolling with it. Next one is a decluttering video. It was a January, did really well for me. This one got a lot of watch time hours because people were staying more like 25%, which is 2 minutes. That's the best so far on the viewer duration. Now we're going to flip the chart. Okay, we have it descending by watch hours now. So number 1, we already talked about. Number 2 though, this one, if you look at the views, 285, but it got 24 hours of watch time. Okay, so out of my views, there's a little percentage here. I don't know if it's easy for you to see. This one says 1.9. This one says 18.2. So I'm going to round here. 2% versus 18%. I needed so many less views on this 17-minute video. That was one of those baby registry reviews because people were watching nearly 30% of it, which was 5 minutes. That's amazing for me. So again, some of my other ones that have been top performers, this one's done very well for me. It's been a recent one. And let's go ahead and get back to average view duration. Okay, now I have a question for any viewers that want to help me out. So this arrow here is making this one go down. And then if I double click over here, where'd my arrow go? Why can't I get an arrow over here? I'd like this to go down in order, but we'll just do a quick jump. So like 26%, 29. Okay, a couple that have done really well here are a couple 40s. So the maternity clothes one's in the 40s, it's done well. But then this one is an almost 30-minute video and I was getting 40% viewed. So 13 minutes. That is amazing. I believe that's my highest viewer duration. Let's take a quick peek. Okay, yes. So I just looked, and this one here, episode 4, huge baby registry review. It got 48 views, 11 watch time hours from only 48 views. That's pretty impressive for me. 47.7% viewed with 13 minutes and 41 seconds as the average view duration. That is my best average view duration. Okay, another baby registry review here, which got almost 4 minutes average view duration. And then this one here is another baby registry review. It's number 1. Not a lot of views, therefore not a lot of watch time hours, but 50% of it viewed, which is 9 minutes and 32 seconds. That's amazing. Like, man, these baby registry reviews they can kill it for me. Right, here's another one, 42%, which is almost 5 minutes. Another one here, 13-minute video, 30 views, 2 hours, 30% viewed, which is 4 minutes. This one here, I mean, they're absolutely killing it for me. Oh, and one more right here I want to show you. Let me scroll up a little bit. Okay, so baby registry review number 11, which only got 19 views. I just got to get those views up. 1.5 watch hours and 65% viewed, with that being just under 5 minutes. So 65% viewed, that might be my best as far as average percentage viewed. All right, so that was a long-winded way of saying sometimes you got to change things up. Sometimes you got to change your content. This other kind of content has served me so well, and I appreciate it. And then if you look, some of my other videos that are up here that have done decent or done well, they're relatively short. I mean, I think it's a good strategy when you're new to go with short videos. I know people will disagree and they'll say, do longer to get your watch time up. But first, you got to get the impression. Then you got to get the click, meaning like the click-through rate, which is the view essentially. You got to get that view to then be retained. And you got to see how long they're staying. If they're only staying 29% or 19%, what is the point in making the video longer? You couldn't even hold them through the beginning. Just my opinion. Now, do I have some long videos? Absolutely, because I have things to say, and that's what I'm here to do. But do I try to make them long to increase my watch time? Absolutely not. Not at this point, because it's not going to work. I think when your channel is young, you need to remember that people aren't going to commit to watching a long video with you. They don't know you. They don't trust you. They don't owe you their time. And I think over time, some things to do to try to increase your viewer duration is work on your camera presence. I think I've come a long way. I think I have a long way to go. I'm also trying to do tighter edits. I'm trying to edit out more of the fluff. I know this video is probably going to be long and you're going to judge me on that one, but I am trying to make a tighter edit and, rewatch it. If I'm bored, surely somebody else is going to be bored. Make it shorter if you can. Obviously make it engaging. Change up the content as much as you can at your skill level. Try to just truly make it something you would want to watch. If you don't want to watch it, they're not going to want to watch it. And we need to increase the average view duration, because if we can get people to stay on for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you don't need as many views. Now, do we want the views? Absolutely. But with less views, you still can get those watch hours. I hope that makes sense. I feel like all this is such a math equation sometimes, and you want the highest number in every category and boom, that's the winner. So I hope this encouraged you. Depending on where I'm at with my reviews of this channel, you may or may not know this yet, but I actually have decided to split the baby registries over into a new channel on their own. I love them. I think they're wonderful, but I want to see what they can do on their own in a new channel, with only the focus being baby registries and pregnancy, essentially. Where this channel, I do feel like I'm covering a lot of different topics. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming soon. And if you're curious to hear more about that, click this video coming up now, going over why I decided to split my channel fully and how I decided to do that. It should be coming up on the screen right now. And if you do not see it for whatever reason, please check the description. And I hope to see you back here for the next one. Thanks so much. Have a great day.